Against the backdrop of the spectacular Rocky Mountains on the outskirts of Colorado Springs, home to some of our nation's best and brightest at the United States Air Force Academy. And when they're not learning to fly, they're getting ready for battles on the gridiron. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Navy Midshipmen, taking on a team looking for its first win, the Air Force Falcons. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this. Falcons will kick it off to get us underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The midshipman offense is on the field to start this game. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors and you've got to limit the penalties because those will kill you, Bob.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. And to keep this opening drive going, they'll need to convert 3rd and 1. The option look. The pitch. Still running at the 40. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races.
And I think on that last run play on 3rd down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team, and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They've got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming in.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He'll ride his man on the option. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. Goes to the option. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Navy will have to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. for the Air Force Falcons offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Calls his own number. Gets away from one, finds room. The expressway is wide open. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Dude, when you've got a guy like this that can just hit the gas and go pick up 15-plus yards, what a luxury. How nice is it to have a quarterback like that when I'm a tailback, when I can send the tailback one direction, quarterback the other direction. This guy's just got so much speed.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. He slings it deep to the left.
And that's a good sight to see from this defense. Last week, they gave up a ton of points in a loss. This week, get a deflection early. Hopefully see the ball a little bit better, play the passing game better. This defense definitely has to improve from what it was a week ago.
And here comes the Navy offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd down, going up top. Throws to the tight end. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. Navy will have to punt it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. Going up top on 1st down. Slips a tackle. And the defense is there. He got away for a second, but not for long as they knock him down for a loss. Didn't make it any easier on themselves on 1st down. Now 2nd and long from the 21. Snagged in the middle. It's Stanley. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. Breaks the tackle. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. The Falcons will line it up on 1st and 10. It's a reverse. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Gives it to the back on the draw. It's a fumble on the play. And the defense has it. Everybody reverse skate. And a tremendous return on the play before he's brought down.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few 1st downs, and I'm in scoring position.
That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open. And if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Last time they had it, they put it on the deck. The football was not riveted to their rib cage, Jesse.
You need 5 points of pressure moving forward, no doubt. I'll tell you, they knew coming into this game that turnovers were going to be critical. They might give themselves a mulligan for that one, David, but that can't keep happening.
Yeah, but don't change who you are and what you are. Don't get gun-shy because of mistakes. I think that usually turns into more mistakes. So keep doing you, keep being aggressive.
He'll keep it himself. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. They run the reverse. Shakes off the defender. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. So after the first down run, here's 2nd down. That's reeled in. It's Turner. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. And the Falcons are in the hurry-up.
Well, how about that play? Curl route. And the receiver, as soon as he turned around against zone coverage, the ball was right on him, so he was able to catch it and go get the first.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. 2nd down coming up. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They go to the draw. Hard running there. He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Navy will go back on the attack. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board. But you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
Trying play action. Pressure coming. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Navy will have to punt it away. On the return, it's Harrison. Oh, what a cut! This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Looking to go up top on 1st down. And they got him for the sack. That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Discards him with the stiff arm. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down.
Well, offensive coordinators put in countless hours every week trying to formate and use different personnel groupings and shifts and motions to give their offensive success on 3rd down. You can tell in this game, this offensive coordinator, he has put in the work this week.
Good timing on the quick out. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Falcons are flying down the field. The give on the counter. Brought down after a pickup of 5 yards down to the 10. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Leaves it with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On third and long, try to convert through the air. It's complete to the right. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Heftiness coming out on the goal line. Trying to bully their way in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Falcons! Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to follow it up.
No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalries. Against the backdrop of the spectacular Rocky Mountains on the outskirts of Colorado Springs, home to some of our nation's best and brightest at the United States Air Force Academy. And when they're not learning to fly, they're getting ready for battles on the gridiron. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors, taking on a fellow Mountain West foe, the Air Force Falcons. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. The Falcons will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors offense takes the field for the first time today. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Opening drive of the game, and they're facing 3rd and 1. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. The Rainbow Warriors come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. A 3rd and long coming up here. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Gets open down the middle. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. So Air Force's offense will go to work for the first time. And a big key as this game unfolds is just how aggressive will he be throwing the football in a lockdown corner like that.
Yeah, and when you're an elite quarterback, you think you can do whatever you want to do, and you think you can make the right decisions. I'm interested to see how much he'll test that cornerback on the other side.
You know, there's a saying, there's no defense for a perfect pass, but he's got to be extra careful and sharp when he's throwing that guy's way.
They're bringing heat. Runs through a tackle. On the move at the 30.
These guys aren't human either. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Buys it. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Now the defense has got it going. It's now time to select your team. Do you want to build a team from the ground up or take over an established and now you'll choose. Congratulations.
Welcome to the college football playoff. The season's had plenty of ups and downs, but all the drama has led up to this point, the beginning of this 12-team playoff in front of a home crowd and a raucous environment. And our matchup tonight sets up a potential Cinderella story, the last team to qualify for this 12-team playoff on the road against a team that likely believes it should be resting and watching this first-round game on TV. This is a dangerous spot for the home team and a chance for the underdog to spring an upset and move on to the quarterfinals. As we'll see the number 12 seed in this playoff, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the number 5 seed in the playoff, the SMU Mustangs. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. We have been waiting for this, the college football playoff with an on-campus environment. Can't wait to get this going. Kickoff team is out there, and here we go. The college football playoff about to get underway. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. The SMU Mustangs offense trots out there to open this game. And this quarterback, of course, Kirk, he's the guy that stirs the drink for this team.
You talk about the total package. He runs it, produces it, directs it, acts out all the scenes. He's the whole package. I love a quarterback who understands the ins and outs of a football game. This kid plays like he wrote the manual.
Breaks a tackle on the play and makes a decent gain. Pass caught, second down now. Dropping back, it's Jennings. Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line. They'll try to keep the opening drive going here. It's 3rd down and 2. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. Moves his way for a first down to the 35. The Mustangs come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. And they'll go right back to him on first down. Solid gain, moves the ball to a 43. Second down after that run on the previous play. Play action fake, looking to throw. Looking to scramble. He's going to pull it down and run. Slides to avoid the big hit. And the Mustangs are going to keep this drive rolling. Looking to pass this time. Quick throw to the left side. He's a wide open receiver, complete. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Ponies. This offense comes out immediately, gets points on the board. Welcome to the playoff.
Man, that's coming out on the field with a purpose. Look, it's playoff time. Everything you prepare for is earned here and now. And that opening drive was the fruits of that preparation.
So they'll try to add to the lead now to the PAT. PAT is good, so it's 7-0.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. And the deep kick will sail out the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Buckeyes offense gets their first crack now. All right, Kirk, let's take a quick look at the impact players for today's game and how they're going to affect the outcome.
These are your leaders on the field and in the locker room. These are your go-to guys, not only when you need a play to be made, but also when you need somebody to rally your team.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. He went backwards on first down, so 2nd and long from the 24. From the shotgun, handoff inside. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29. So it's 3rd and long from the 29. The defense play coverage or blitz. Grab behind the line. It's Graham. And that will pick up a first down. They'll spot it at the 38. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. That run picks up first down yardage, a fresh set of downs for this offense. Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Receiver makes the catch. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain. A completion makes it second down. You snap it, quarterback looking to throw the ball. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there, but now it's third down. Can he get there on the ground? Good enough for first down yardage.
Great job here by this offense being able to convert. Let's face it, they've dug themselves a hole. They're down here early in this game. And with all this hype, the last thing you want to do is have to punt the ball. Come up with a conversion, keep your rhythm, keep your momentum, stick to your playbook. Good job here. Now let's see if they can keep that rhythm going.
Offense lines up. This is the 7th play now on this drive. Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a first down. Quarterback keeps the football. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Buckeyes will come to the line on 4th down, looking to convert. Fourth down, looking to throw for it. He escapes the sack, and he's swarmed by the pass rush. A sack to end this drive.
Now, the quarterback's got to get the ball out of his hands. He had a lot of time back there in the pocket, looking over the field, desperately trying to find an open receiver. Nobody's open, but he still's got to take off or try to make a play. Instead, he's sacked, and it's a turnover on downs.
Getting set. Here's second down. Takes the handoff, heads to the right. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Looking to throw. It's Jennings. And that deep shot is caught for a big gain. They could not stop him. He's in. Touchdown, SMU.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. With the PAT, they take a 14-0 lead. Getting set to kick the ball off now. Returner decides to field it. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. Defense got a big 4th down stop in the last possession. Let's see what happens here. And the ball to the ground. The defense recovers the fumble.
That is tough for the ball carrier here because not only does he take a big hit, but now you're about to get an earful from your coach on the sideline after that turnover.
And the offense trots back onto the field here. And now the handoff. A change of direction.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. That wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
Caught behind the line. It's Moore. Fights off a defender. Will he score here? Touchdown, Mustangs. Strong game by this quarterback. Well, no surprise for an offense this good. Short field, quick touchdown.
Yeah, you get into the red zone, though, there's a tendency to want to get conservative. I love that the offensive coordinator and the quarterback kept attacking until they came away with 7 points.
Attack on the PAT, and it's 21-0. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. He'll bring it out from his end zone. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. And they'll give it to the back. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. They're behind the sticks on 2nd and long here from the 12. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up 4th down. The Buckeyes will line up to boot it away.
It's a rough series for the offense, and now he's on to punt it away.
And the returner decides to signal fair catch. Here comes the first play of the drive now from the 44. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. It's Jennings. And it falls incomplete. Now from the 40, the offense faces a 3rd and long to keep this drive going. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. And it's incomplete again. 4th down coming up. The Mustangs will have to kick this away. He's on looking for a solid punt here. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? A pop pass on the jet sweep. Fights through a tackle. That run moves the ball across the 35. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. But it's incomplete, and that will now bring up 4th down. The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. And he'll kick it away now for the 2nd time. Coverage team brings down the returner. Here's the first play of the drive. He started at the 28. First down, looking to throw the football. Receiver makes the grab. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion. Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. Makes a nice move there. That's a solid gain to move the sticks as the first quarter clock winds down. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? And Kirk, it's SMU with the lead here. We've reached the end of 1 in this quest to move 1 step closer to a national championship. Let's check out the stats so far. We'll see if this game gets out of hand before halftime, the crucial 2nd quarter beginning right now. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
So now it's 3rd and short from the 43. Can they keep the drive going or perhaps face a tough 4th down decision? Complete to the running back. Can he get first down yardage? And the Mustangs bring their punt team onto the field. Looking to kick it away for the 2nd time. And the fair catch is made, but there's a flag down. So let's sort that out.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. The offense gets a 2nd chance at points here after that special teams roughing penalty. Fights off a defender. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. 2nd down after that previous play. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Dropping back. It's Jennings. The sophomore able to get home with the sack.
What a play here by this defensive line. You can get so caught up in the flashy offense of Ohio State in recent years. But let's not forget, they still play defense in the shoe and have such great history and tradition with that defensive line play.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Pressure comes, and once again, no escape.
There's a nice sack by this defense, something that they've been looking for. They've been on their heels most of this football game. That time they were able to get after the quarterback and bring him down. Let's see if that can provide a bit of a spark, see if they can get a little bit of momentum going their way.
The Mustangs will send the punt team onto the field, and he'll kick it away now for the second time. And here's the fair catch by the return man. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. They're coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. He shreds the tackle. Solid run, moves the ball out across the 20 to the 21. Buckeyes looking to crank up the tempo a bit. Play action fake, looking to throw. And he's got his man open downfield. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. About time this offense gets going. It's a 1st and 10.
Just another great example, Chris, of an Ohio State quarterback and receiver combination being so dangerous. Think about it, over the last 8 or 10 years, I think Ohio State has been as consistent as anybody when it comes to the passing game and the efficiency that comes with it.
Second down, we're going to throw it. There's contact on the throw. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a third down. To the air, it's Sayin, bringing pressure. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the ball. That's a big third down defensive play. The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. And the punt lands out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they'll spot it here. Here comes the Mustangs offense back on the field. They're looking to build on the lead. They had to punt the football in their last possession. Solid gain, moves the ball to the 36. Second down after that run on the previous play. A quick throw out left, complete. And the defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a first down. The offense now looking at a 3rd and short from their own 40, trying to keep this drive going. They'll toss it to the back. And the defense is there to smother him. They were all over the option play that time. And the Mustangs will send their punt team onto the field. Returner tackle right there. That's where they'll start the drive. And the offense makes its way onto the field, hoping for a successful drive. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. That's reeled in. It's Graham. It's a fumble. Defense recovers the fumble. It's a turnover.
You know, with wide receivers, we get enamored with their size and their speed and their versatility and their ability to make plays after the catch. But none of those things are more important than taking care of the ball. He makes the catch, but he doesn't secure the football, and it's a fumble.
And the SMU offense is back out on the field now. They were forced to punt it last time. Now they're looking to respond and add to this lead. Quick throw caught on the left side. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down. 2nd and 1. Dropping back. It's Jennings. He'll throw it now. It's a short completion to the big tight end. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. The game moves the football to the 6-yard line. It'll be first down and goal. The Mustangs trying to punch it in. It's 1st and goal. Looking to chuck it again. He's got it right near the end zone. And he scores. Touchdown, Ponies. No surprise there, Kirk. It's a red zone touchdown to the big tight end.
Well, the tight ends are usually much more involved down in the red zone because of their size, and their skill set allows them to be more effective down in this area. Now, they may not hurt you on the big, long throw, but they can use their bodies to provide the quarterback a nice target when the defense is so condensed.
And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Now they get set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. On the move. Can they catch him? Touchdown, Ohio State. He's going to score. That is an unforgettable moment to that kick returner. A touchdown in a playoff game.
Great blocking to set this return up, and of course you can see his natural instincts as a runner. Once he got through that initial surge from the coverage unit, nobody's going to stop him from scoring.
Here's the point after attempt. After the PAT, they trail 28-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. And it's fielded. Returner trying to create good field position here. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. Here comes the Mustangs offense back on the field. They're going to run it here. Powering through. The gain is 4, so it's 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Cannot connect, incomplete, and now 4th down. And the Mustangs will have to kick it away. Back out to punt for the 4th time today. He's got some daylight, turning on the speed. And the returner brought down by that coverage team. Offense comes out to start this drive. QB decides to keep it here. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a 1st down. Now it's 2nd down here. Looking downfield, it's Sayan. Dump off caught by the running back. And they wrap him up after the completion just short of the 1st down marker. Crucial 3rd down play coming up. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. And they pick up the 1st on the ground. The Buckeyes pick up enough yardage to get a fresh set of downs. This line getting set up. It's a 1st down play. Handoff here from the shotgun. He's wrapped up nicely there by the freshman. So we've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense trying to get something going here and cut into this lead before halftime. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. And he finds the running back in the flat. They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. He's got it for a big gain. They make the 1st down, brought down to the 31. Buckeyes come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down. And he lobs it deep down the middle. And it's incomplete. He dropped the 1st down pass over the middle. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Grab down the middle. It's Graham. Defense makes the stop very close to a 1st down. Now it's 3rd and short from the 22. You expect this is 4-down territory. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Oh, and he can't hang on to it. That's a guy known for his hands. Couldn't pick it off. Brings up 4th down. And that kick right down the middle. Can't hit it any better than that. But hold up. There's a flag in the field. That's on the defense. It's going to be a fresh set of downs. It's a costly penalty for the special teams. Offense coming back on the field. You just can't make contact with a kicker like that. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Caught quickly. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. They've got him. It's a sack for the defense. The offense will call a timeout. That's their 2nd of the half. The offense eager to keep this drive going, but facing a 3rd and long from the 20 now. To the air, it's Sayan. Here's a shot toward the end zone. Looking for a touchdown, but it's incomplete. So they'll settle for a field goal attempt here. The kick is good. He knocked it right down the middle.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So they settle for 3, and now the kickoff. We'll see if the opposing offense has enough time to answer before halftime. And it's fielded. Returner trying to make something happen. And the returner is brought down. And the SMU offense is back out on the field now. It'd be a surprise if they took a risk here in the final seconds of the first half, backed up near their own end zone. Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up. So second down after the incompletion. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Catch made on the right side. Defense makes the stop after the completion. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Chris, we wondered all week what this matchup would look like. So much at stake in this win-or-go-home game. And we've been treated to a fabulous first 2 quarters of playoff football. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by acknowledging the sparkling play of this tight end. The guy's like an aircraft carrier out there as a blocker. And then when he releases and shows off that speed and route running, he's almost unguardable. Gotta believe he won't be able to go anywhere in this second half without someone attached to his hip. Chris, let's send things back to you and Kirk for what should be a memorable second half as we eagerly anticipate we'll be moving on to the next round of this college football playoff.
Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. And the quarterback keeps it here. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7. The Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. They'll tackle him right at the 31. Urgency now for the offense. They'd hate to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. Try and muscle for the first down. Running through the tackle. Oh, and he fumbles. Defense grabs the football. It's a turnover.
Man, when you get into this big a game on this kind of stage in the second half and you're trailing, you just cannot afford to put the ball on the ground. The defense is attacking, trying to get the ball out. They do. Ball's on the ground, and this could be the end of the game.
Here comes the Mustangs offense back on the field. Looking to pass. It's Jennings. Lets it fly to the wideout. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete. Second down play coming up. Quarterback will throw this out of the RPO.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
So the offense faces 3rd and short from the +26. Might be 4-down territory, but let's see what the call is here. And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
Chris, that is textbook by this defense and man-to-man coverage. Nowhere to go for this quarterback. He's looking around everywhere to find an open man. By the time he figures it out, it's a sack for the defense.
So here comes the kicking team on the field. They'll settle for 3. This will be a long-range attempt, 51 yards out. And the field goal is good. And they add to their lead.
Boy, this guy has such a strong leg. No problem. Up into the net from 50+.
Set for the kickoff here after adding to this big lead. And here's the return from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. The last possession, they coughed it up, but it only cost them a field goal. Quarterback still with the football. Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Important second down play coming up. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 31. A new set of downs after that completion. The quarterback keeps it on the option. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Here's the second down play. Back to throw. It's Sayin. With the pocket breaking down. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete. Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order on this play. And he lofts it toward the left sideline. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big gain, but he couldn't hold on. The Buckeyes will bring their punt team on the field now. See if he can make something. Oh, the ball comes loose. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. The last time they were forced to punt it away. Can they get points out of this possession? And he's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense all over that one. Second down play coming up for this offense. And he'll set up to throw. Defense is coming after him. He's running out of time here. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up 3rd down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Running out of time in the pocket. Caught over the middle. It's Tate. Defense will stop him after about a 9-yard gain. It'll bring up 4th down. Fakes the handoff. Looking to throw. He's got it. Enough for a first down. And the gain just good enough for a first down. Buckeyes come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. Brought down after a 7-yard gain. So it's 2nd and 3. Toss play to the running back going left. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. That's caught. It's Tate. Defense able to stop him. It's 4th down now. So now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit. And this one is right through.
Yeah, I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. I'm surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. Return starts from inside the 5. The returner is brought down. That's a starter in the next drive. And the SMU offense is back out on the field now. The last drive produced 3 points thanks to an excellent long-range field goal. On first down, it's play action. The pass rush closing in. Sacked. It's a loss back to the 6.
I mean, that's just being a difference maker up front. You look at that uniform, you think over the years with Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, and Chase Young, and so many great defensive linemen. And this guy right here is showing you he's got some of the similar skill set as some of those greats.
Backed up to the 6-yard line. It's 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. The sophomore with a strong tackle there. Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? Pressure is coming. And that's going to be a safety. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. After giving up the safety, they have to kick it away here now. No fair catch. Looking to make a return here. And after a very solid kick return, they'll tackle him at the 36. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. And it's incomplete, just out of the reach of the receiver. Incomplete, so it's second down and 10. Ball handed to the running back. Fighting off the defender. Legs still churning, won't go down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain. So the offense with the 1st and 10 now. The football placed exactly at midfield. Makes a quick grab. Gets past the tackler into open space now. They get him down, but not before he moves the football to the 32. And that run is good for first down yardage. A new set of downs for this offense. To throw, it's Sayin. And it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure. Offense getting set. Second down play here. After the incompletion on first down, looking to throw it again. Receiver makes the catch, and he's tackled after the catch. Third down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the third quarter. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. He eludes. Oh, they've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
The Buckeyes will line up to kick it away. On the kick now for the 5th time today. That punt heading out of bounds, so there'll be no return here. Here comes the Mustangs offense back on the field. Remember, the last time out there, they surrendered a safety. They got to regroup from that right away. Opening play of the drive, quick throw to the left. And he will be stuffed for no gain. Getting set. Here's second down. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Breaking tackles.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle at the line of scrimmage.
Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle. The Mustangs lining up here on 1st and 10. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. Snags a quick throw. Runs through the defender. Stopped right there at the line. No gain. Offense getting set. It's second down. And Kirk, it's SMU with the lead here. Sitting in a pretty good spot as you wrap up the third quarter, trying to keep those national championship hopes alive. Let's take a quick look at the game stats while we have a chance. All right, here comes the fourth quarter. Everything to play for here. Who is going to stay alive, survive, and advance in the college football playoff? To throw, it's Jennings. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide. So now it's third and short from the 43. Can they keep the drive going or perhaps face a tough fourth down decision? Can he make it to the marker? Brought down to the 47, and that will move the sticks. And the Mustangs keep the football on the move. On first down, why not keep it on the ground?
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
And they'll get him down that time. Trying to convert again on third down. It's 3rd and 2. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Touchdown, SMU. And this one is getting ugly. Kirk, this quarterback told us this is my time to shine, a playoff game. He has gone out and backed that up so far.
Yeah, he's done everything that's been asked of him and more. Just a great job of getting into a rhythm. Really tough to defend. Right now, the defensive coordinator, you can see him down there. He's throwing his headset. He's frustrated. He's got to come up with some new wrinkles to try to slow this guy down.
The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. Return begins inside the 10. And he's brought down after a solid effort on that return. Here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. They were forced to punt it away last time, so let's see if they can get clicking in this possession. Throw to the running back in the flat. Finally out of bounds after a solid gain, but there is a flag on the field. So let's check this out. Ouch. Late contact with the quarterback. An obvious call. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's second down. Looking to throw. It's Sayin. And it's incomplete on the overthrow. Just too much on that ball. They come to the line. A long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Fires it to the wideout. Oh, he misfires again. 3 in a row. The offense stays on the field, down multiple possessions. Easy choice. And he's throwing for it on fourth down. And he'll rifle this one deep to the right side. Downfield and incomplete. A fourth down stop. First down here for this offense. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Intercepted. Picked off by the defense. Big takeaway. Now looking for a big return. Hard running through a tackle. At the 20. Crosses the 10. Brings the interception all the way back. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Chris, how about the defense coming up with a huge play here? Not only the turnover, but it leads them to a score with a touchdown on this interception. Now they're trying to get back into this game. They may have a shot to make it a lot closer than what we thought.
The offense is out there. Here comes a 2-point conversion attempt. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. And he is stopped short. The 2-point try fails. They can't cut this lead further. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. And the SMU offense is back out on the field now. Let's see if they can bounce back from that costly mistake last time, a pick 6. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. After a first down loss, it's second and long from the 23. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Tackle at the 35, good enough for a first down. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. The shotgun running play call. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Second down after that run on the previous play. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Some hard running there through a tackle. Nice run. He's brought down to the 44. Offense looking to keep the drive going here. Third and short now from the 44. Scanning the field. It's Jennings. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a fourth down. The Mustangs will have to punt this one away. On the kick now for the 5th time today. He'll call for the fair catch here. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. Last possession, they were stopped on 4th down, but it didn't cost them anything. And they put together something here. And it's incomplete. He just missed his target, overthrowing it. So after the incompletion, it's 2nd down. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Looking for the wideout. Falls incomplete, broken up by the defender nicely that time. So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. And the pass is dropped incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball. They'll kick it away here. Oh, and he's got some space here. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the offense, hoping to get a drive going. Handoff from the shotgun. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. 2nd down after that previous play. Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the 1st down marker. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Bringing pressure. Breaks free. He escapes one man, but he'll be swallowed up in the play and taken down. And the Mustangs will bring their punt team onto the field. Forced to kick it away for the 6th time. This one is out of bounds, and that'll give the offense great field position. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. They're coming off a quick 3-and-out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. And he's got it. And it's a huge chunk play. The tackle is finally made, but the ball moved to the 47-yard line.
Chris, here we are in the 4th quarter. These guys are trailing. Hadn't been a great day, but with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Now it's 2nd down here. Off play action. He's looking to throw. Lets it go quickly. He makes the grab. They bring him down, but not before he gets inside the 30-yard line. Back to pass. It's Sayin. The pocket breaking down. He breaks through. And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
Man, how impressive have these guys been in this football game? I really expected to see a very different outcome with the hype of this quarterback and the way he's played most of this year. But this defense has held him under 200 yards passing. They've got a nice lead, and they are not sitting back and resting on their laurels. They're applying more pressure, and they come up with a sack here.
That sack makes it 2nd down and forever. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. He's got an open man downfield, and it's caught. He's swarmed by the defense. So here we go now. 3rd and short from the opponent's 24-yard line. What will the offense choose to do at this point? Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Down late, they'll keep the offense on the field, trying to chip away at this lead. Needs a completion here on 4th down. And it's broken up nicely. A defensive stop and a turnover on downs. 1st down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? They'll work the clock here with the running game. That run takes it across the 30-yard line. The game makes it 2nd and medium. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. Tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now. Fresh set of downs for the offense. 1st down. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Tackle up near midfield at the 48. And that's the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to work the clock, getting closer now to an impressive victory. Handoff in a single back formation. Fights through the tackler.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
It's a quarterback keeper. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. The Mustangs will bring their punt team onto the field. And this punt heads toward the sideline. Doesn't travel very far. It looks like no return here as that punt heads out of bounds. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. This has been a rough game for these guys. Not much left to do but play for pride. But this one is broken up, falls incomplete. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Dropping back, it's Sayin. It's a short completion of the tight end. And look at the speed there. They finally bring him down, but it's a nice gain. And the offense will spend a timeout, stopping the clock with 22 seconds remaining. Defense is coming after him. Cannot escape that ferocious pass rush. It's a sack. And the offense calls timeout with 17 seconds left. They look to throw it here on second down. With the catch, it's Tate. Then he'll run out of bounds after picking up a few yards on the play. Offense will try to convert a 3rd and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. And the clock winding down, they'll take a deep shot. The offense is out there. They're going to try for it again on 4th down. They're just 1 for 4.
Well, that's not what you want to see as an offense when you're trailing late in a football game. An incompletion on 3rd down and long. Hey, it's a bit of a risk, but with that clock looking the way it looks right now, I think you got to go for it here and hope to convert on 4th and long.
First down, we're going to throw the ball. Oh, they've got him there. The defense gets to him. Never had much of a chance, and that is the final play. In these playoff games, it's win or go home. So one side can continue to dream about the national championship. The other side suddenly, Kirk, their season is over, but it's been a good ride.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. It's easy to focus on the team that advances, and they should be happy, obviously. They had a great year. They're going to continue to go on. But the team that comes up a little bit short, you can see the emotion down on the field right now. They put so much into this year. Hopefully they'll be able to learn from this and come back even stronger next year.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.